Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mystic Guy, on Board Game Geek, just bringing you another episode of Eldritch Horror using the Forsaken Lore expansion. And so last episode I did I want to call the mega episode. I did two turns back to back. Don't think I'm going to try and do this. This will be, well, it'll be turn 7, but it'll be episode 6. And I did kind of mess myself up with some, I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing some combat rolls a couple turns ago. It was actually a turn ago or so. And, well, turn 5. And so we did turn 6 and 7, and now we're technically on turn 8. I guess, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, that'd be alright. Anyway, I messed up some combat rolls, but I didn't mess up the rolls. I messed up how I was rolling them. Anyway, the bottom line is, kind of put ourselves backwards a little bit. It's not the end of the world. It's not a massive crisis. The point of playing games is to have fun. So we're going to jump right in and start with our action phase. And our first player is going to be Lily Chen. So let's get to that and see what she can get to. What kind of trouble is she going to get in? So I can tell you that right off the bat, one of the first things that she is going to do is rest. She's a little hurting. She's not so bad. She got only 1 down on sanity, but she was down more than half her health. So this will help out a little bit. So that's going to be her first action. And her second action, you know, we kind of got to get over to It's just, so the way this scenario works with the cultists is you got to follow the expedition around, and also that will bring her closer to Tokyo to help, perhaps help out there, or even maybe go down and deal with this nonsense in Sydney, since she can bypass monsters with her pallid mask and close the gate that's there. That gate's been there since the beginning. However, what we're going to do for now, I think, is just the second part of her action is just bump her over to Istanbul. She was in Rome, so we're going to move her from here to here, and that's going to be her entire action phase. So now we're going to move on to Charlie Kane. You guys, last turn I forgot this, so we'll do it now. It didn't affect anything. At the end, in the Mythos phase, Charlie gained a curse card, and so as a result, says say if you would gain if you would gain a blessed condition, discard this card. And here it says if you would gain a curse condition, discard this card. So I guess the way that would work is that he is no longer blessed. I guess they would cancel each other out, right? So if you gain another, if you would gain a cursed condition, discard this card instead. Okay, instead of getting a cursed condition. So he's actually not cursed, but he's also no longer blessed again, which he's gone back and forth on a couple of times. But anyway, he's still got a whole bunch of stuff. So for his first action, he's going to do the same thing and rest, so that we can get him up to some reasonable health, because he's hurting too, and I don't really want anybody to die. So we're going to get him a sanity and a health. So his health he's only 1 off of his health now. And I was going to start moving him as well, but I think for his next action, there are such good items in the pool. There's the Lucky Ring. There's the Mystic Bounty Hunter is a great ally. Intelligence Report says when you would gain this card, you gain 2 clues immediately. I could do that, but you know what? So we kind of got to start taking care of some business, though. I'm thinking that as I looked at the stats, Charlie is not bad off for helping with some things. You know what he could do is he could just, well, still in action, blah. I think he should go for, but if we don't start moving around, it's going to cause problems. Okay, it doesn't matter. He's going to go for his, I mean, this is the point to his existence, really, is to gain stuff. So he's going to make an asset check. Okay, so let's do this. He's got 4 dice, of course, plus his personal assistant gives him another die, and he gets a reroll. Oh man, he's got the feed the mind spell too. But no, we'll do the asset test to get some stuff for other folks because they're the ones that are going to be fighting. So he's going to roll 5 dice. Again, on 6s, he does have his fine clothes, so on 6s it counts as 2, but he is no longer blessed, so he needs 5s and 6s. So he got a 6, so that counts as 2, but that's the only one he got. So he got 2 points to spend on assets. Here are the assets. So basically we have 2 choices. We have the Mystic Bounty Hunter. As an ally, it says gain +1 during combat, gain +2 when resolving a spell effect. That would be awesome. Yeah, he's going to take that one, and I'll tell you why. He's going to give it to Diana Stanley, who's our spellcaster. And that will end up being replaced by an Arcane Scholar, yet another good character. But so Charlie's, of course, using his ability then to give this to Diana Stanley, who will go next. So that's going to end Charlie's turn. He's going to have another turn in San Francisco. When you look at the pile of cards that Diana Stanley has built up, man, that's just crazy. Yeah, it's insane. So what we're going to do now is I'm debating on whether I send her down to take on the... See, her observation is not as good as... Well, yeah, they're both good. They're both going to be... She's got a 3 observation, but Trish has got a 4. So I'm thinking about which one's going to go after the Dark Children. Maybe both of them do, because there's also an Elder thing. Now, we got to get to Tokyo, too. Honestly, I think that it's better to send Diana to Tokyo to take on the Warlock. She's pretty well suited to that. And she can get there quickly enough. So on this turn, I think the first thing we're going to do is she is going to take, her first action is going to take a local action to see if she can, well, let's think about this. She already has a boat and a train ticket, so she can't get another one of those right now. She could after she moved. But first off, I think we're going to move her. I'm trying to see if any of her items will do anything. No, so we're going to move her, so let's go to the board and see what she's up here in this corner, okay? So, or not in Arkham. So we're going to use we're going to go to here and then here to San Francisco at the use of one of her train tickets. So she's going to end up in San Francisco as well. Maybe that's not the best place for her. Yeah, because it puts her... Yeah, no, there's no way to really... That's the best move to get her heading toward Tokyo. So we're going to discard her train ticket, but when she gets there, she is going to rest. I was going to think about trying to get rid of the deck condition, but she is wounded as well. She's only got 2 health, so now she's going to have 3 health. And that's a good thing. So I'm marking the 3 health on her, or giving her the 3 health and additional sanity, so that she can use her spells more effectively when she gets down there. So she traveled to San Francisco, where she hung out with Charlie and had some dinner while they rested up. Pretty good stuff. They needed to get together and talk strategies anyway. So they've decided that she is going to head to Tokyo and try and clear the way for Charlie to get there as well. And that is going to be their turn. Or her turn, rather. So next up is Trish. She's not in bad shape. She's low on sanity, so she is going to have to rest before she really takes on anything nasty. But what we're going to do is get her some movement right now and get her heading toward Antarctica, where she can... I can't believe that creature went to Antarctica, about as far away as it could possibly go. So let's go to the board. I'm going to show you what she's going to do. Well, first off, she's going to take a boat ticket while she's... Oh, is she in a city? I got to check that. I believe she is. She's in like Portland or something. Or yeah, she's in a city. Yes, she's going to take a boat ticket. Here's her boat ticket. And then we're going to go to the board, and I'm going to show you what she's going to do. Okay, so she is going to move temporarily to San Francisco as well, where she will use her boat ticket to continue on south. She's going to there. I mean, oops, wrong person. She's going to there. Her goal is to get down to Buenos Aires and then take another... She can get to here. She might stop here next turn to rest once. Or she might rest there and then move here. Either way, she'll probably move here and then rest because she gets a spell here, perhaps. Yeah, that's not useful for her. It doesn't matter where she rests. She'll probably rest, and then maybe in the generic town that she's in, so she can get another sanity back and continue on her way. It's going to take her a couple turns to get down there, and she does need to rest in between. So, whew, it's going to be tough. Anyway, that is really it for her action phase. So now we have completed our action phase, and now we're going to move around to our encounter phase. So Lily Chen, she's in Istanbul. So what she's going to do is encounter the city there. So we're going to get the cards out for that, and we're going to draw one of those cards. There's nothing in her space. Her ultimate goal is to get to the Himalayas at this point and take on the, which next turn she'll be able to get there. Unless I have her rest again, just to make her even safer. But let's look at Istanbul and see what it says here. So, Istanbul, Professor Azap at the Topkapi Museum is not easily impressed. Only serious scholars can earn his respect. Okay, lore, not her best stat. Need to make a lore roll. If you pass, he offers to help the institute, or helps give you any whatever you can read. He's going to help you improve your influence through the institute that he's at. So anyway, let's go to the dice roller and roll. We're going to have to make a 2 dice roll. That's all she's got for that, and there's really nothing that she has that will help her. Okay, guys, so we're going to make 2 rolls. She needs to roll a 5 or a 6. Let's see if she can succeed. She did not, so she gets nothing from that city encounter, and that's basically going to end her encounter phase. Well, Charlie, he's a familiar face around San Francisco, getting well known by the mob, and that's why he's got a syndicate agent with him. But let's see what happens to him in his adventure in San Francisco. So here's what we got. Let's see. San Francisco. While patrolling in Chinatown, you become adept at spotting signs of cult activity. Okay, we can't improve his observation anymore. You find their temple, but must dispel a hex at the door to enter. Gee, look, the yucky. He's got to make a lore check, which he only's got a 2. It says if you fail, lose 1 health, 1 sanity. Well, that's why we healed him. As a hex saps your life away. So let's go to the dice roll. We need 2 dice, and we're going to have to get only 5 or 6 now. But he's got to make a lore check. You would think Charlie would be smart enough not to try and dispel the spell on the door, but that's the way it goes. He, however, made 2 successes, so he is fine. Nothing happened. Basically, nothing happened. That's going to end his turn in San Francisco. Okay, Diana is also in San Francisco, so she went her merry way as she started to head out to leave for Tokyo. But in the meantime, she did have an encounter in San Francisco. Let's see what that is. It says, as a stranger bumps into you, a small needle pierces your skin, infecting you with the black fever. Dr. Miller oversees your recovery. Make a strength test. If you pass, you recover, and Miller teaches you to be alert to such tactics in the future. Improve your observation. If you fail, the fever stays with you, and you gain a poison condition and a paranoia condition. Well, we've been there before, haven't we? So let's see if she can do that. She needs to make a strength test, which is 3. That's not too bad. So let's go to the table, go to the dice roller, and get that done. Let's see. I'm looking to see if any of her guys can help her, but I don't see that they can. No, not really. Okay, we're going to get that done. Okay, so she's got 3 dice. Now let's hope she gets a 5 or a 6 in a roll. Oh, she got a 5. Good. So she passed, and that is going to give her +1 to her observation, which will be very helpful. So we're going to get one of those tokens out for her observation. Let's see, there it is. So this is what she's going to get, and that is going to be helpful as she goes on, because some of these creatures, well, she's not going after the dark, whatever they are, the Children of Yig. But anyway, that was a good turn for her. She got something good out of it. So now we're going to move on to Trish as she ventures toward Buenos Aires. Well, the Queen of Clues here is going to have an encounter in a generic city where she's at here. So I'm going to pull those up, and we're going to get those out and see what we get. Let's draw a generic city card. So it says, City. Grifters have chosen you to be their next mark. You plan on turning the tables with a few tricks of your own. Observation -1, so she's got a 3 with the -1. If you pass, you end up with the money and an impressive reputation. Improve your influence by 1. That's awesome. If you fail, they swindle you, discard 1 item possession and 1 trinket possession. Okay, so let's go to the table. She's going to, or the dice roller, she's going to have 3 dice. She has a 4 observation, so she's going to need to roll 3 dice on this, and hopefully she succeeds. Now, she is blessed, so she only needs to roll a 4, 5, or 6. Hey guys, let's roll for Trish's encounter. Okay, she did. She got a 5, so she passed, and that is going to increase her, I'm just going to flip her token over. That is going to increase her influence to 2. She's got a 5 now. She's actually better a little better than Charlie, but Charlie has the ability to pass stuff out, so it is still better for him. Anyway, that's going to end her encounter phase, and that is going to end the encounter phase. So now we have to go on to our dreaded Mythos phase. Okay, guys, let's hope and pray for the best. Let's see how many Mythos cards we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're fine, but let's draw our next one and see what terrible things happen to us now. Boom! Okay. Dang, we're going to get our comet effects again. Anyway, we're going to move the track, the gate track, and that is going to trigger the Doom, our Doom track to go down by 1, because one of the gates does have this symbol it will end up on. Let me show you that. Okay, so this is going to move here, and the Tokyo gate has that symbol on it. So what does that do? That basically drops our Doom track down to 8. I mean, we're still doing okay there. I'm not terrified about that, but that does happen. Now we're going to go on to all the comet effects. So the first thing we're going to do is resolve the monsters that are on the board. Okay, the first of those monsters is going to be the Warlock. So what does it say for him? It says roll a 1 die on a 1 or a 2. The nearest investigator gains a curse condition. Well, we remember that because that's how Charlie lost his blessings. So let's go to the dice roller and roll on the roll 1 die to see what happens. Okay, here's our die roll. A 6. So, well, you can't see it, but there it is. It's a 6. So that time his curse did not take effect. So the cultists also have, the Yig cultists also have one. It says spawn 1 cultist monster on the active expedition if there are 2 more and they're advanced to the Doom track. So that is going to happen. There are now 2 cultists there, and the Doom track is now at 7. Good thing we're sending Lily Chen there to deal with that. She's going to close that gate, or actually go to the expedition and kill those cultists. Well, with any hope. The next thing we have is the zombie horde. Actually, there are 2 cultists. There's another cultist on the Sydney space, so I'm going to drop a 3rd cultist on there. It says spawn 1 cultist monster on the active expedition if there are 2 or more. Okay. So actually that's going to drop our Doom track to 6, unless I'm making a mistake there. Let me know, guys. Okay, so our Doom track is now at 6. That's a little tough, and there's 3 cultists there. We got to get rid of them fast somehow. Man, God, Diana Stanley's heading that way too. When she goes blast through Tokyo, maybe she can help take some of those cultists down because she can discard them. Okay, now we got the zombie horde. If we roll a 1 or 2, our Doom track goes down by 1. Let's hope we don't. Let's roll our dice. Okay, we rolled a 6, so no, that does not take effect. That is going to end the effects of the monsters on the board. Now we have to go to the many cards that our guys have that have common effects on them. So we're going to start with our, who is currently our lead investigator, Lily Chen. Okay, nix that. Lily Chen didn't have any, so let's look at Charlie. Let's see what he's got. Does he have any that have a comet-based effect on them? He does not. So remember, we did get rid of most of those. So now we're going to look at Diana Stanley. She's got, I'm looking to see if she has any that we have to worry about currently. She has a debt condition and the Dark Pact. So we're going to start with the debt condition, and we're going to roll that. So basically, actually we don't roll it, it just says some men have come to collect on the debt. Flip the card. So here we go. Here's what's going to happen. It says make a deal. Walking into the alley, you hear the distinct ticking of a watch. An intruder dressed in fine black, with a fine black suit, stands in the shadows. He tells you that he'll help you in exchange for undefined favor. You gain a Dark Pact condition. If you do not, the ticking noise begins to hypnotize you, and you advance the Doom track by 1. Man, does she want 2 dark packs? Either way, we're getting rid of this card. That'll put the Doom track at 5. Okay, we're gonna, yeah, I think we're gonna have to do that. I don't think she wants 2 dark packs. That's kind of stacking the odds against us. Okay, we also do have to roll for her dark packs, so if we roll a 1, it's going to take effect, so let's see what happens here. We rolled a 4, so it does not. That's a good thing. Probably should have kept that. I don't know, it might have been better to keep that dark pact. But let's look at Trish Scarborough. Does she have one now? Yes. Her blessed condition. So let's hope that she doesn't lose it. Okay, let's roll for her blessed condition. She rolled a 6, so she did not lose her blessed condition. And we have one more. You know, I keep missing this. I can't remember who has it. Is it her? Yes. No. Yeah, it is. The conspiracy theorist. Yeah, the conspiracy theorist. On a common effect, if we roll a 1 die and roll a 4, 5, or 6, she gains a clue. So let's do that too. 4. So she gained another clue. So that puts her at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clues on her card. And remember her reroll ability. God, this is really working out well for her. Anyway, that is ending that part of our Mythos phase. So let's go back to the card. Okay, the next thing we do have to do is spawn a gate. So let's see where that gate appears. Istanbul, right on top of Lily Chen. So, and also with that, we will be spawning a monster. Luckily, no monster surges though. A Chthonian, that's got to be tough, but there's also an effect on there. See, this means when you draw it, you're going to do the effect. It says, when this monster is spawned, move it to the heart of Africa. Okay, well that's kind of good, because that means it's not going to be on top of Lily. And I don't think she can afford to stay there and close that gate currently. So, man, but you know what? The next move of the Doom, or the Omen track is going to, gosh. Well, it's getting tough for us, guys. Anyway, let's finish off this card here. That was the gate. Okay. It says, lightning cracks across the sky. You have a sinking dread that all the good you accomplished is about to be undone. A dark power event. Each monster recovers all health. Are you kidding me? Then each investigator immediately encounters each monster on his space. Okay, well, there's no monsters on the spaces with the heroes, but we did a lot of damage to the Children of Yig, and that just all went away. That was the only one that had any damage on it, so we lost all of that. But that is going to be our Mythos card for the turn, and that is going to end our turn. So thank you for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon on the next episode.